The distress beacon came from Theta 9, a wildlife preserve planet on the edge of the Galactic Conservation Zone. Dr. Marcus Webb was 3 days into his vacation when his communicator buzzed with the emergency frequency. Dr. Webb, this is Preserve Command. We have a situation. Marcus sighed, setting down his coffee. 20 years as a xenobiologist, and apparently, he couldn't catch a break. What kind of situation? It's the Vaxorian cubs. 3 of them. They're trapped in a collapsed cave system, and their mother is circling the area. She won't let anyone near. Marcus felt his blood run cold. Vaxorians were apex predators, 12 feet of pure muscle, claws that could shred titanium plating, and a territorial instinct that made them attack anything that approached their young. They were one of the few species in the galaxy classified as approach with extreme prejudice. Why are you calling me? Send in the drones. The drones triggered her hunting response. She destroyed 6 of them. We tried sedation rounds, but her hide is too thick. The cubs have been without food for 36 hours. We estimate 48 more before we lose them. Marcus closed his eyes. 3 baby Vaxorians, alone and scared. He'd studied their species for a decade. Magnificent creatures, critically endangered. Only 400 left in the known universe. I'll be there in 6 hours. The preserve director, a 4-armed Colleen named Tresh, met him at the landing pad. His translator crackled with anxiety. Dr. Webb, I must protest this plan. You're not equipped. I've handled Vaxorians before. Not like this. The mother is in full protective mode. She's already injured 3 security personnel who got too close, even with full combat armor. What makes you think you can survive? Marcus grabbed his field pack, checking the contents. Because I'm not going to fight her. I'm not going to threaten her. I'm going to talk to her. Tresh's eye stalks drooped in confusion. The universal translator doesn't work on Vaxorians. Their communication is too. I don't need a translator. The preserve's edge was a 2-hour hike through dense alien forest. Marcus went alone, despite the protests. The last thing he needed was a nervous security team making the mother more agitated. He could hear her before he saw her, a low, rumbling growl that made the ground vibrate. She was massive, even for a Vaxorian. Midnight blue scales caught the fading light and her eyes, 3 of them, arranged in a triangle, tracked his every movement. Behind her, the collapsed cave entrance was partially blocked by debris. Marcus could hear the faint mewling of the cubs inside. The mother's growl intensified. Her dorsal spines flared, a clear threat display. Marcus stopped 30 feet away and slowly sat down cross-legged. He pulled a protein bar from his pack, unwrapped it, and began eating. The mother's growling faltered, replaced by a confused snort. Hey there, Mama, Marcus said softly, not making eye contact. I know you're scared. Your babies are in there, and you can't get to them. That's terrifying. The Vaxorian took a step forward. Marcus remained still. Here's the thing. I'm scared too. You could kill me in about 3 seconds flat. But those cubs, they need help. And you know it. He slowly reached into his pack and pulled out a scanner, moving with exaggerated care. The mother's growl returned, but softer now. Marcus activated the device, and a holographic display appeared, showing the thermal signatures of the 3 cubs inside the cave. See? 3 healthy signatures. They're alive. But they're getting weaker. The mother's middle eye focused on the hologram. She made a sound Marcus had never heard before, somewhere between a whine and a chirp. Yeah, I know. You want them out. Me too. Marcus stood slowly. The mother tensed but didn't attack. He walked laterally, giving her space, until he reached the cave entrance. The debris was a mix of rocks and twisted metal from the cave's support structure. He began moving pieces, one at a time. The mother watched, her spine slowly lowering. It took 3 hours. Marcus's hands were bleeding, his muscles screaming, but he kept going. The mother began making soft clicking sounds, almost like encouragement. When he cleared enough space, he could see the cubs, 3 fuzzy balls of scales, mewling pitifully. "Okay, babies. Let's get you out." He reached in carefully. The first cub hissed at him, tiny claws swiping. Marcus wrapped it in his jacket and pulled it free. The mother rushed forward, and Marcus's heart nearly stopped. But she didn't attack. She gently took the cub in her massive jaws and carried it to safety. The second and third cubs came easier. Each time, the mother returned, her movements less aggressive, more trusting. When the last cub was out, Marcus collapsed against a tree, exhausted. The mother approached him slowly. He held his breath as her massive head came within inches of his face. She sniffed him once, twice, then made a rumbling sound that might have been contentment. She turned and gathered her cubs, leading them into the forest. At the tree line, she looked back once, her 3 eyes meeting his. Then she was gone. Tresh found him an hour later, surrounded by a security team with weapons drawn. "Dr. Webb. You're alive. What did you?" Marcus grinned, wincing as he stood. "Humans have this weird superpower, Tresh. We're not the strongest or the fastest. But we're really, really good at understanding that sometimes, the scariest thing in the universe is just a parent trying to protect their kids." Tresh's translator crackled with something that sounded like laughter. "I'll never understand your species, Dr. Webb." "That's okay," Marcus said, limping toward the transport. "Most of the time, we don't understand ourselves either. But we're pretty good at trying." The report went through the Galactic Council within days. One human, unarmed, succeeding where drones, weapons, and armored soldiers had failed. It wouldn't be the last time. Because that's what humans do, they show up, even when the apex predators refuse to approach.